Good morning, friends. Good morning, friends. My name is Chaitali Vijay Ambadare. I am studying in Janki Devi Bajaj College of Science, Varda, BSc second year, third semesters. My branch is CZBT. Thanks to the Cyrox to give me a chance to present the presentation of me. And my topic is about the Raman spectroscopy. So let's start with the introduction. Raman spectroscopy. It was discovered by the C.V. Raman in 1920. As we know, it is a spectroscopic technique. It is used to observe the vibration, rotational, and other low frequency modes in a system. When the radiations pass through the transparent medium, the species of the present scattered refractions of the beam in all directions, and this considers as the radiations pass through the different directions. This scattering result from the same type of quantities, but the vibrations of them changes and associating with the IR spectra, that is in short called as the infrared spectra. As we know, the difference in wavelength and between the incident and the scattered and visible radiation correspond to the wavelength in the mid-IR region called as infrared region. That's the introduction. Now next is the principle. What is the Raman spectroscopy principle? And what is Raman? How it is based on any other things? What are the specializations? Let's see that. Raman is based on the scattering. The sample is irradiated with a coherent source, typically a laser. Most of the radiations is elastically scattered. In the simple language, we know that Raman is based on the scattering of the light, and the sample is irradiated with a source that is called as a coherent source, and they are typically a laser. Most of the radiations is elastically scattered. The bands emphasized in the spectrum are very polarizable bonds, which are with the pi electrons, which is highly emphasized by different techniques. This spectrum is measured with the laser lines as reference to the other. Hence, the peaks are measured as a shift from the laser light. A small portion in elastically scattered Raman scatter composed of the Stokes and the anti-Stokes portions. As we know, this Raman scatter based on the Stokes and anti-Stokes portion. This helps them in elastically to compromise the scattering of the light. The next is the methods. Fourier transform spectroscopy, Raman spectroscopy. As we know, there are three methods, but we will discuss only on the one method, that is Fourier transform Raman spectroscopy. What is this Fourier transform Raman spectroscopy? The Raman instrumentation can be on the same bench as the IFTR. The first, the fluorescence is then minimized with the different sections. The instruments may be combined with the microscope or optical fiber so that a scanning over a few of the surface area near and around the Raman is mapping easily performed in the Fourier transform Raman spectroscopy. As we see the Fourier diagram, Fourier transform Raman spectroscopy gives an idea about the fluorescence that is minimized and the various different techniques. So let's see about the more. Let's see more about the. Just wait a minute, friends. I'm just telling you about the diagram of the Fourier Raman spectroscopy. There, the first is the focusing mirror and the dielectric filters. In the first section, we see that the focusing mirror gives an idea about the liquid N2 cool and GE detector, which is scannerized. And in the end, there is a dielectric filters, which is banded with the fixed mirror, and this fixed mirror is banded with the focus mirror, and in the end there is a spatial fibers which interconnected with the wavelengths. In the box there is a Michelin infometer. In this there was a fixed mirror attached to the dielectric filters and the focusing mirror. In this there is a beam splitter and the moving mirror which helps them to give us the direction about to scattering the images. And in the end of the box there is a sample lens and the parabolic collection mirror that helps us to understand the movement of the different sections in them. And in the end there is NDYAG laser with the line filter that helps him to do the focus on the fixed mirror, and the moving of the mirror gives the idea about the splitter that gives the mapping of the surface area easily, and this gives rise to the liquid and to cool G detector and the dielectric filters which focuses on the mirror and gives us the radiated image. Now next is the emitted radiations. As we consider the word emitted radiation, what kind of the emitted radiation? The emitted radiations are of three types: Stokes scattering, anti-Stokes scattering, and Rayleigh scattering. Let's talk about the first, the XY axis. In the x-axis there is an energy level, and then in the y-axis there is a ground state where the Rayleigh, Stokes Raman, and anti-Stokes Ramans are being performed. The first is the ground state. As we know, the ground state consists of the Rayleigh, Stokes Raman, and anti-Stokes scattering. In the up of them, first excited vibration state, and in the upper of them there is a virtual energy level in them. The state about the energy of the ground state Rayleigh state. There is a parabolic state in which delta E is equal to HV, and in the virtual energy level it get converted into the delta E HV nu. The second is the Stokes Raman. In the Stokes Raman, the first excited vibration state gives the idea about the delta equals to HV minus V0 minus Vg, and in the virtual energy level the delta E is equals to HV nu. In the anti-Stokes Raman, delta E is equal to HVE plus Vg, and in the virtual energy level it converted into delta EV minus HV0. Now next is the instrumentation of the Raman spectroscope. The Raman spectrometer starts with the laser source, which is a coherent source. Then it gives about the sample set, which gives an idea about the result of the other system. Then it goes to the wavelength sector. The wavelength sector gives an idea about how the bands, how the spectrum of the lights form, and then goes to the radiation transducer that helps us to tell about the radiations of the spectroscopy, and then goes to the computer data system which gives us the analyzing result of the instrumentation of the Raman spectrometer. Thank you. And next we talk about the conclusions. What are the conclusions? There are three components of the laser source, as we know: the sample illumination system, suitable spectrometer, and the source. The source are nearly always laser because the height and intensity of is necessary to provide the Raman scattering of the sufficient intensity. And the second is the illumination that contains the solid, gas, and liquid sample. And the Raman spectrometers, they are marketed to the forum instruments that equipped with the cool germanium transducers and the multi-channel instruments that based upon the coupled devices status. And in the end, the conclusion: the techniques includes the small requirement, the minimal sensitivity towards by interference of water, and the spectral detail and conformational sensitivity. As we know, this conclusion is very simple as that. These techniques is requires the very small requirement. They are minimal sensitivity because towards them the interference of water, the spectral detectivity and conformational sensitivity is always be done by the Raman spectrometers. Thank you so much, guys, for the cooperation. I am the Chaitali Ambadare, ending this conference with you. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. Thank you.